Okay, so today I'm going to take you guys along with me to crochet a yarn slash plushie hammock. I'm going to make two of them. One for my living room area where I like crochet, and then one for the bedroom. And since I just got an apartment, I'm trying to like crochet as many crochet as many decorations and like decor instead of going on and spending a bunch of money buying it. I have my yarn here, which is just a big old tote bag of a lot of stuff. Surprisingly, not that many colors, but I have this one, which is kind of colorful and crazy. I've had it for a while, as long as this one, but I haven't had anything to use them for because they're kind of like too much for me. I like to use more monotone colors and etc., but I got them as a gift like a year ago, so I thought I'd put them to use because I have a rug that is actually made in this color that I've been thinking about remaking, but it's a rug that was made by someone else and somehow ended up in our family, and it just looks really cool, really simple. So it's in the same color as this, so I'm thinking this might go in the bedroom and this one will probably go out in the living room, give more color out here. Hello, Serenas. And then I got my crochet hook. So it's not exactly a tutorial per se, it's more of just crochet with me. 2 stitch ideas for like the mesh, like hammock look that goes with, you know. So here's kind of like an idea of what I'm going for between the 2 stitches. Thinking I use one for the first one and one for the second. I have also got some measurements because I want to make sure it fits the corner. So I got measurements for it and everything. I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I think I'm going to start with this color. I'm just going to get my yarn out, decent chunk of it, and I chose this hook because I want it to be like, my neighbors are really loud upstairs, very loud upstairs. I want it to be somewhat loose and chunky and like holy, but also not too loose because I want it to be sturdy, because I genuinely plan on using one to hold all of my yarn, or most of it, you know, and then the other one to hold all of our plushies. So in order to do that, I need it to be somewhat sturdy. So to start, I am just going to make a slip knot like so. Get the hook in there, tighten it, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chain up to 49 inches long, and I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up in decreases, because I want to make like a triangle so it fits in the corner perfectly and kind of like hangs in the middle. I feel like that's a smart route to go. I have no clue what I'm doing. I did not look up a tutorial. I'm just kind of trying to wing it because I feel like it'd be fun to see what I can do and expand my horizon a little bit. I am just going to chain 49 inches and use my little measuring tape here to measure it out, and I will come back as soon as I've chained 49 inches and we'll go from there. Okay, so I think I made like 162 chains or somewhere around there, and I'm pretty sure this is long enough for me. It's 42 inches stretched all the way out. So I started by chaining 4, and then I double crocheted in the stitch after the chain 4, chained 1, double crocheted into the next stitch, and then I skipped a stitch, double crocheted into the stitch after that, chain 1, and then double crochet into the stitch after. So it's kind of like a zigzag, I guess. This is the one that I'm choosing, and this color is going to go in the living room, so I'm choosing this pattern for my living room one. So I'm pretty much just going to repeat this pattern for, I want to say, 2 rows. I'm gonna do 2 rows, and then I'm gonna start decreasing. And that's what I'm gonna do to get my triangle shape. So it's basically, I'm gonna go like, it's gonna be like this, like go in, and I'm gonna decrease, try and decrease every other row / every 2 rows. I'm gonna see which one looks best, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to work on this. I'll come back after I finish all 162, and then we will move on to the next part. So I finished the first row, and I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of like a zigzag pattern. It'll look more like the photo that I showed you earlier after we do the second row. So the second row is not gonna count whenever we're doing the decreases, simply because this is gonna be like our foundation, right? So we're gonna do another row of this to kind of build the stitch, because this isn't the full stitch. It's supposed to be like kind of like mesh, you know? Okay, so I just got to the last stitch of the second row. It's just gonna be chain 3, and we're gonna decrease the first stitch and the last stitch, and I'm not really sure how to decrease this stitch, so I'm just gonna start with my chain 3, turn my work, and instead of going into the very first one, I'm gonna skip and go all the way into the next V. And I think this will be good because, I mean, it does give a little gap right here, if you can tell, for the chain. But when we come back around to the third row, we'll basically double crochet into that right there. And I feel like it should start to shape into a triangle shape. So for this row, I'm gonna go all the way down, decreasing on the first stitch and the last stitch. And I'm just gonna alternate that until I have about 20 to 23 inches. Don't get finished tonight. I will probably record again tomorrow, and then we'll pick up where I left off. But yeah, and I ended up switching because the sun went down, and I needed good light. And for some reason, all of the lights in our house they're extremely harsh. And I don't know, it's just not my vibe. So that's gonna be the plan. Okay, so it is the next day, late next day, but I finished this morning. It is on the smaller side, but like it will do, because I already did the measurements and stuff, and as long as I hang it up properly, it should be able to hold most of my yarn right now. And this one's for the yarn. The other one that I'm gonna make for the plushies is gonna be a little bit bigger than this, probably like lengthwise. So instead of it decreasing as much, I'll probably let it go out and then start decreasing. A little bit smaller than I had expected it to be, but I also noticed that the corners in my living room are not as wide because of the windows. So I think I'm gonna put this in the guest bedroom, the office area, and I'm gonna put it like, instead of being all the way up in the corner, it's gonna be like right here, you know? So here's this one. And to finish it off, I pretty much just did the first 2 rows regular, and then decreased every other row for about 7 rows, and then after that for about 7 rows I just decreased every single row, and then after that I started back up with the increase and the decrease every other row. And then once I got down to like the last couple of rows, I wanted it to go evenly, so I had like 7 of the V stitches, and then I decreased on each side. That left me with 5, did it again, left me with 3, and then 1, and then I also single crocheted around the entire thing, right? So like you can see it has extra sturdiness, which I love this because it's gonna hold up so well. But for each corner, for this top corner, I did a chain of 36 and then I single crocheted into every single one, going down the side. And then I did 2 single crochets into this corner stitch and then did a chain of 56, single crocheted back down, single crocheted one more time into that corner stitch and then all the way around, and then repeated on this other length side. So I just added the extra protection it needed so that way it didn't fall apart on me, and I gotta say it is nice. I love the feeling of it. It's very, very sturdy. Like, I don't think this is going anywhere. So that's this one. And the next one is with this yarn, and it's gonna be in this stitch. Although I did have some regrets because I kind of wanted to do just a normal mesh stitch, but why be normal about it? And I think I'm gonna start out with the same amount of chains. It was 162, but instead of doing decrease every other row, I'm gonna start the first 5 or 6 rows just normal. One side, then turn, other side, then turn, and then after I do the 5 or 6 rows of it being normal, that's when I'll start the decreases. Because like I said, I want this one to have more length in the triangle rather than it being as small as this one is, because this one will fit. It'll fit all of my yarn that I currently have. And if I really want to, which I do, I'm gonna make a second one of these so I can stack the hammocks in the corner and just have all my yarn stacked up. And I might even make more because I love having yarn, and I've been needing an excuse to get rid of the yarn I have so I can buy more yarn. But gonna do pretty much the same thing, just making it a little bit wider and longer so it can hold all of our stuff. So day 3 of this project that is taking me forever for some reason. Look at this. Okay, not forever. Anyways, day 3, and I am almost finished. As you can see, I did the single crochet, so it's caving in, which gives it the perfect like little hammock shape. And I just finished my 3rd corner tail, and I just have to single crochet along this, so I was going to record me doing so that way you can get a little time lapse and we can complete it together. So I didn't get the chance to finish filming me finishing this, but here it is. It's massive. So beautiful. I have this clip of the other one hung up. The lighting in the other bedroom, there is no light, and it is gloomy out because it's a rainy day today. But I'm going to put this up with my boyfriend's help and then show you guys what it looks like with all of the plushies in it. I'm out of breath. And also, I just wanted to say thank you for bearing with me. I know the audio and the lighting was terrible throughout the whole video except for the last couple of clips, but hopefully next video is a lot better lighting, better everything. I might get like a little mic. So, but yeah, here's this completed. Definitely looks better than the first one. I made the mistake of using a tighter stitch, which is honestly not bad because it's gonna hold really well. For the yarn I just showed you guys, it has like half of my bag. Like this bag is half full now, like half full. It just has my chunky yarns in it and like my scrubby yarns. So I got a decent amount hung up with that tiny little hammock. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. if you want to see more. I will be having some more posted every week. So just subscribe.